Want to make pressed flower patterns for wall art or greeting cards? That's what we're doing today. Hi everyone! Today I'll show you how to make pressed flower art on cardboard. I added some pressed leaves on an acrylic painting a few weeks ago and thought I'd like to try making a pattern of only pressed flowers and leaves. So I collected a variety of different shaped leaves and different flowers from the garden and outside, some with my nieces and nephew. They like collecting things outside, whether it's mushrooms, seeds, plants or something else. I decided to glue the flowers onto cardboard, which I primed with gesso first. I wanted to make a white background for the flowers and plants to make them easy to cut out from the background for the pattern while editing the scan or photo. I also painted an X in the back with gesso to keep the cardboard flat. I pressed the flowers and leaves between the pages of an old phone book, and I added a piece of paper towel in there too to prevent the ink from the phone book pages possibly reacting with the color of the flowers and leaves. I piled some heavy books on top of the phone books and kept them pressed for a week or so. I also pressed some full roses and columbines from the garden. The small yellow buttercups and the white cow parsleys look nice too. You can also press individual rose petals because full roses are pretty thick to press. And keep in mind that the colors will fade over time. I've made some pressed flower art with rose petals years ago and they've gone kind of light brown by now. I arranged a pattern of the pressed plants and glued them on. In the arrangement I put some of the flowers upside down or sideways so that it wouldn't be as clear which way is up in the final pattern. I also cut some of the stems shorter. I placed in both flowers and leaves. For this one I narrowed down most of the flowers to yellow and blue, but there's a bit of white and pink too. A combination of bluish red and white roses with the blue columbines would look nice too. I glued them on with matte medium. I poured some on a clean lid and applied it on the back of the leaf with a brush and glued it on, and also brushed on some matte medium on top to seal the plant in place. If you don't have matte medium, you can also use 1 part general glue mixed with 1 part water and that should work the same. You can use it for both gluing the plants down and sealing them. I've done that for other pressed plant art. One of the columbines broke and I unfortunately put it back together wrong. Also, I placed the white flowers on top of some leaves and they turned out more transparent instead of white after gluing them on, which was not my intention. And the cow parsleys turned kind of brown. I'm not sure if that was because I picked them up at the wrong time or if they reacted with the matte medium or something. I also made a leaf pattern with my niece later. That one is on thinner cardboard and the glue made the cardboard bend. One of the sides was already white, so I didn't prime it or paint it in any way. I arranged the flowers and leaves so that most of them didn't touch, although some flowers are on top of leaves. But then I saw these on Instagram. They're flower arrangements or flower bouquets made of pressed flowers and leaves, and I think they look gorgeous and I want to try making floral patterns like this too. After letting the matte medium dry, I scanned the patterns in 600 dpi resolution or took a photo if they were too big for the scanner and used the biggest setting for the photos. I edited them in GIMP. You can watch a full tutorial of the process of editing scanned art and making a repeating pattern in GIMP. The links will be on the video or below. But shortly, I adjusted the levels and enhanced the colors and sharpness. I selected and removed the white background, but it wasn't completely even, so some specks of white were still left. I added a black layer underneath the scan so that I could see the white specks better and used the eraser tool to remove them. Then I turned it into a seamlessly repeating pattern with a transparent background. The flower patterns are now available in my Redbubble shop on different products. The original ones can of course be framed. They look pretty as wall art, and you can also use this technique for making cards. They would be nice as summer greeting cards or invitation cards. I'll link to the art supplies I used below if you want to check them out. Thank you so much for watching and see you next week.